Once more, you open the door between us. Celine Dion, The Light Within, Part 2. Oh, I have to. I have to specify. Gabe, sort of like Celine, like me. You know, I love Celine. I'm not a huge fan because I never listened to her record much or anything. I would not play her albums, so to speak, or something like that, you know. Even though I love to sing, to watch her sing live in DVD concerts and such. I have practically every DVD concert that she made. So I enjoy that, but I'm not gonna, you know, listen to the radio waiting for a Celine song. And he's just, you know, sort of like me, you know, we like her. I love her a bit more probably than he does, right? Yeah, you don't, you know, you like her. I wouldn't say you tolerate her. You more than tolerate her, you like her, okay. But Calvin doesn't like her. No, he doesn't like her. He doesn't hate her. I mean, that's true. But you don't like her very much, do you? He told me that he thinks that she's too broad, you know? She's too overwhelmed by emotion, and he finds himself embarrassed about it. I feel you. I love when she does that. Calvin said, well, you know, there's Mariah Carey and there's Whitney Houston, who are in competition with her for the greatest vocalist of our times, and I'm like, I don't think so. Mariah has a great voice, don't get me wrong, and I think she has like what, a 5-octave range or something, even 6, 7, or 8. That's what I was reading on either EMDB, Internet Movie Database, or Wikipedia.org, and it's probably true. You know, she can produce those, you know, like those dolphin sounds that only dogs can hear, and you know, she's very good. I'm not saying that she's bad, but just like Whitney Houston, for example, is very good too. But both of them, in my humble opinion, you know, let's be clear about this, just, you know, they oversing. See what I mean? Like, oh, you know, they put too much sort of, you know, vocal, you know, things around the voices, especially live. When they sing live, they just, I don't know, they put too much into it. And when you sing, you really have to pace yourself and put the right emotion at the right time with the right phrasing, but sometimes they go overboard, and, you know, like Christina Aguilera, you know, she's the same. They all sound great in the studio because there's always a producer who's going to tell them, well, you know what, tone it down a bit. And Celine needed that too, don't get me wrong. But she doesn't have that tendency as much as all the others. And also, I think she has more discipline. I'm not saying that Mariah or Whitney is not as active as she used to be, but Mariah is still active. But I suspect that Celine beats them all in terms of the actual work. She's really into it. I bought the DVD, which is a 2-disc compilation, including many documentaries. There's the show, of course. There is the main show, which lasts, what, 2 hours or something. And there's also an all-access feature that you can watch the show, the concert, while you're in the behind-the-scenes context, you know? So you see the dancers prepare, and all the while you hear Celine sing and everything, and you see glimpses of the show while you see what goes on behind the scenes, and it's a great way to watch a show. Find it! Celine is not that hated for such a superstar of her stature. I mean, she's reached a level of stardom that is absolutely unheard of for most stars, even. And I was just searching through the forums, and there were a few haters, as there usually are, but as soon as there were some haters, some other were just in there to defend Celine, because it's very hard to hate her. Sorry, Calvin, but it is. He doesn't hate her, let's be fair. She has such a quality. She's such a nice person. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. She really is a great soul, you know? She has a way of being so human. Because that's what struck me the most from another documentary on the Las Vegas DVD. It was called Fans Around the World or something. And can you imagine putting yourself in their shoes, like going to fly to Las Vegas to not only see the concert from Celine, but to actually meet her? And when they do meet her, it's like an hour before she has to perform. And even there was one of the husband of a fan, I think, who said that, my God, you know, she's with us, but she has to perform in an hour. I mean, you would think that she would have other things to do. And let me tell you guys, I couldn't do that. You know, meet people like 5 minutes before I have to perform. I would need my bubble. I would need to be, you know, surrounded by peace so I could just ground myself and be able to do what I'm supposed to do. But she's so great at what she does that she doesn't even need that. You meet the greatest star on the planet that you've been following for years and years and years, and you have her right in front of you. So obviously people are going to be very uncomfortable. They don't know what to say. They just cry. And there was one woman in the documentary that didn't speak English. So Celine was like shouting at her, and then she made the joke, oh, I'm talking to you like you're deaf. And you know, I found that very funny. But to see her just being herself and just projecting this sort of love that transcended her, I was like, oh my gosh, I really strive to be like her. When I watch her perform, it's like that voice just flows out of her and there's no effort that's apparent. She just does it and it just, you know, it comes out and it's perfect and it's pitch perfect and it's just with the right emotion, and she probably even sounds better live than in the studio, which is a very rare occurrence because let me tell you, I sing a whole lot better in the studio than I do live. I enjoyed myself. Thank you very much and see you next time. Keep watching.